Good morning. Good morning, all. You're watching Amir Shakur Speaks. You're hanging out again, once again. Same bat time, same bat channel with the sharpest mind in urban media, urban TV. Sharpest mind in the urban universe, I guess. I don't know. Y'all know I'm kind of corny sometimes, so bear with me. Pray for me about it. We gonna be all right. Anyway, listen, you're broadcasting now with the Mitchell Court Speaks morning show, powered by ASN News, the newly founded ASN News, and from the heart of the city, live in ABS Studio Chicago 1B. It's morning and Tuesday morning, the April 21st of April, I should say. And again, we're powered by ASN News and redefining what it means to lead a young community. No filters, no scripts, just the uncut truth. You're rocking with the sharpest mind in the morning. Did I tell you that? Okay. All right. But then now you know. So let's get into it. But before we go into the deep dive, just remember one thing. If you're out in the universe and you got a little bit of time this morning before we look at the headlines and you want to share your opinion, come on with our VIPs in the chat room. And yes, we love you right back. We love you and welcome to the show, I should say. Good morning. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, and remember your voice matters. Like, subscribe, and follow. And you know what? I need to hire you. You need to host the show for just one day. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how you go, how you flow. Look, I was about to go into some poem stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, welcome, friends, to the Amir Shakur Speaks morning show with your host, Amir King 7 Shakur. That's me. And we're gonna get it started. We're gonna put the headlines in order. So let's describe the first in the feature story, which is Yow. Check it out. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez, is it the Reamer? Lori Chavez the Reamer. Lori, if I'm mispronouncing your name, charge it to my heart. Anyway, she's the U.S. Labor Secretary, right? She's officially resigned from her position in the administration. Not good, right? The departure follows a series of high-profile political and personal controversies. And Lori, while expressing it was an honor and a privilege to serve, Chavez confirmed that she's her transition is back to the private sector. We're wondering why. News has sparked immediate reaction from some of the Democrats who have criticized the administration's recent turnover as indicative of Mr. Taco's internal instability. We know who Taco is, right? And do I have to remind you guys of who Taco is? Blah. There you go. I know Ramona wants some of that taco, don't she? Yes, she does. All right. Anyway, back to Lori, y'all. And hey, listen, the transitions continue on at the helm of this Trump administration, and it's no secret that we've seen this level of transition before. We've seen it in DC with the last administration, which every last VIP or executive who left the administration, some of them left before the term was up, are no longer in good graces with old Taco, and it seems to be a reoccurring theme of this administration, right? And Ms. Chavez, I guess they're wishing her well. The Democratic leaders have said again, this is characteristic of the admin's recent turnover. What do you guys think? His recent turnover is indicative. Let's say this, okay? You guys wrote this. Let's say it's indicative of his internal instability or external instability, right? Who wants to work for Taco under the Taco administration? Oh my God, you are somebody. People, I tell you, you're right. I mean, hey, maybe you go and take the first, week or two, maybe a month. I don't know if you can make it 90 days. If you can make it 90 days, you deserve that whole paycheck if you can make it 90 days. So that's what's going on, and let's kick it to a video and see what it is and what it's all about. Can we pull up that video and share the screen? And, we'll take it from there. Can we get that video pulled up from who was it? Oh, NBC News. Okay, thank you, NBC. Let's see if we can go ahead and get that pulled up.
The Secretary of Labor, according to multiple sources, and I believe now confirmed by the Trump administration, stepping down. She'd been facing an investigation for potential misconduct. Monica Alba is at the White House now. Mon, what do we know about the Labor Secretary?
Yeah, so Hallie, this is a situation in which for weeks there had been an indication that the probe into the Labor Secretary's conduct was growing. This is something that started months ago, and it was looking into the use of potential misconduct when it came to things like personal travel potentially on the taxpayer's dime that didn't just involve the Labor Secretary herself, but also some staffers. So there was an ongoing Inspector General investigation and inquiry into this that resulted in several of the Secretary's top staffers to be placed on administrative leave. And ultimately, two of those high-profile staffers left their jobs entirely. Separate from that, the Labor Secretary, according to the White House now, not nodding to this ongoing probe, says that she is going to be leaving the administration and that she is going to be going to a job in the private sector. Now, if that sounds familiar, that's because that is exactly what the White House said about now former Attorney General Pam Bondi when she left her job heading up the Justice Department a matter of weeks ago. So this is now the third female cabinet secretary that we have seen in a pattern of Kristi Noem's departure, then Pam Bondi's departure, and now Lori Chavez DeRemer's departure, that have all taken place and do resemble more of a cabinet shakeup for this administration and for this second term of President Trump compared to what we had seen in the first 12 to 14 months of the administration. You are now seeing a fair amount of turnover and change at some of these top agencies. And as for the Department of Labor, we know that there is going to be an acting secretary who is going to take over right now. His name is Keith Sonderling. He will take on the role of acting Secretary of Labor, according to the White House. And in their statement, they said that the secretary had done a phenomenal job in her role by protecting American workers, enacting fair labor practices, and helping Americans gain additional skills to improve their lives. And I have to tell you, Hallie, that this is somebody who was around the White House very frequently. She was constantly attending events. She seemingly had a very good relationship with the president. She had been in various cabinet meetings, of course, recently, but this ongoing investigation that did seem to have deeper tentacles into potentially other staffers. And again, this potential misuse of public office seems to be a factor in all of this that the White House is not speaking to, but that sources that I have been in touch with for weeks and months confirm was growing to be a larger issue that ultimately could have put this kind of pressure on the Labor Secretary to resign. And another key piece of that, Hallie, and I think a really important piece, is that she was supposed to do an interview as a part of that investigation. And it seems that she has now departed and resigned before that ever took place. Hallie.
So thank you. And if you could just joining us with the Trump administration and what's going on is, we're seeing high-level resignations starting to begin again in this administration, probably more than any other administration. And the only administration that probably would have outdone this administration is the last Trump administration. And wow. Yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, again, the last administration only had, I think it was one person who, after the smoke cleared and it was said and done, who stood with Mr. Trump. But Lori Chavez DeRemer, if you're just joining in, who is the current U.S. Department of Labor Secretary, is officially resigning from her position within the administration. And the departure follows a series of high-profile political controversies, expressing that, it's an honor to serve the Trump administration. I don't know, Lori, if I would express it as honor, but if you have the opportunity to watch this segment, maybe you will. Hey, you never know. This, I'm standing with the folks who are the Democrat Party or whoever that is, who's saying turnover and internal instability is, where it's at. So, Lori, this is what I would suggest to you. Don't use it on a resume. All right? All right. So what gives? What gives? What gives? What gives? Well, let's talk about the transitions at the helm of what's going on. And you're seeing a lot of transitions. And hold on, let's go back. I think we need to backtrack, and I think we need to look at another transition. And a lot of folks are saying this particular transition is a response to Mr. Trump, or Taco, as some of you VIPs like to call him. It's a significant shift in technology even happening with Apple CEO Tim Cook. Tim Cook has stepped down. He's stepping down, ending his 15-year tenure as the leader of the company. Cook's departure marks the close of a transformative era for the tech giant, and President Trump acknowledged the transition today, offering praise for Cook's leadership and helm at the company. And hey, you know what? Mr. Trump he's not getting a break anywhere, I don't think. And let's go back to the other. Now this one is one. So now we're seeing, guys, if you're just joining us. So we're seeing, because we can say that the Apple CEO also resigned, as well as Lori Chavez, the Reamer, the U.S. Labor Secretary. Kristi Noem was actually fired from her job, and Pam Bondi also. Both were questionable at best in what they were doing, and we know it. We see it for what it is. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I mean, is it misconduct? Is it public pressure? Is it internal scrutiny? Reports indicate that all of these high-level applications, I would say, are subject of internal investigations regarding allegations of misconduct, toxic work environments. Did I say toxic work environments? I want you to hear me. And there are concerns over, this administration, a White House gone mad, and this White House is it's just been a level of toxic waste like we've never seen before. How about that? Toxic waste. Trump has also removed on April 12th, Pam Bondi, as you can see on the far right, as the Attorney General, and her tenure was relatively short and concluded amid broader administration tensions and criticisms regarding the Justice Department and other high-profile terminations. And Todd Blanche now is currently serving as the acting Attorney General, and Kristi Noem, as you can see in the middle, March 6th, she was removed from her post as the head of the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. And earlier this spring, and during her time, she was heavily defiled, I should say. Let's use defiled. Heavily defiled. She was subsequently replaced by Mark Wayne Mullen, who was confirmed by the Senate shortly thereafter. And then again, these departures, all of them, represent a significant wave of turnover from the administration during the second term, and political analysts, including this one. I'm a botting pig political analyst, just someone who's I don't consider myself all of that, but I put a bit of that here and there. But anyway, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Political analysts note that these charges have often followed public backlash, internal friction, policy implementation, particularly in areas of immigration enforcement and departmental conduct. And the administration has moved quickly to fill these vacancies, often appointing critical officials. And the focus has remained on stabilizing the departments. And will it ever happen? I would probably say no. The United States and Iran, in other news, are still in the immense tense standoff. And a lot of folks are saying that a lot of the tension is coming from this unnecessary war and the public backlash, and a lot of the folks, in both internationally and nationally are calling for a ceasefire due to the geopolitical tensions. With that particular unnecessary escalation, we must say, and corporate earnings are down, gas prices are through the roof. But what else is new? And you know, you see our domestic and foreign allies are shifting. One has been Japan, a major policy pivot. Japan erases strict post-World War II arms export regulations, and now they're going to go to regional security cooperation, and you see a shift in the world order. So I want to say something about, it's crazy. It's definitely something that's crazy. And, if you're just joining us, guys, I just want your input, and you want to join us, Amir Shakur Speaks Morning Show. Join our YouTube, which is Amir Shakur Speaks, the broadcasting channel. If you want to talk about what you feel about the internal tensions in the Trump administration, speak your voice. Your voice matters, right? Good morning. Best way to say it: toxic work environment. Yeah, I like toxic. We'll rock with toxic, right? So again, like it, subscribe it, and share to it. Amir Shakur Speaks broadcasting channel. He's a good guy, if I can say so myself. And we're talking about the high-level Trump terminations, abdications. I think majority of these are, removals, except, CEO is a privately led company, but he was forced down, or he left for his own reasons. A lot of them believe because of the geopolitical turmoil with the Trump administration and several other factors. So, we're keeping hope alive, with what's really real. And hey, what do you guys think? I think that Mr. Trump needs to take a back seat. And here's one that I really think, I wasn't going to go here, but I think we got to go here. The ongoing feud with the POTUS. The Trump is attacking the Pope and continues his attacks on the Pope, and not a good look for President Trump. And these attacks continue to linger on, and he's saying that we're going to hold a national. I don't know if they did or not. Maybe you guys can check on that, and let's see if we can get the information. Community support, interaction, right, y'all? So this fight with the Pope is just an unnecessary escalation, because the Pope was critical of not only the escalation in Iran, but he's calling for peace, and that's something that the Pope should do. The administration execs like J.D. Vance and Trump are saying that this Pope is, out of his bounds, and he should mind his own business and not get into the international question in the international arena. Well, I'm going to say to those folks, somebody's got to get into the international arena, because you folks definitely ain't doing it too well. Right. Okay. So let's see if we can pull up the video and just kind of share the ongoing feud between the Pope and the President of the United States, the POTUS and the Pope. If you're just joining us, you want to go ahead and come into the chat room and like and subscribe and share. Please feel free to do so. And this one was from, I believe it was USA Today, or USA Today. So let's look at it and see what's going on.
Pope Leo XIV delivered Mass this morning in Angola as part of an 11-day four-nation visit to Africa, promoting peace on the continent. He also spent part of the weekend attempting to turn down the rhetorical temperature after stunning recent attacks on the first American pontiff from the President of the United States, displeased with the Pope's criticism of the war in Iran. NBC's Raf Sanchez has more in our Sunday Focus.
This week, Pope Leo traveling across Africa, greeting the faithful on a continent where the number of Catholics is rising faster than anywhere else on the planet. But what should have been a joyful trip overshadowed by the war with Iran, violence in Lebanon, and an escalating public standoff with President Trump. The Pope has been an outspoken critic of the war, not holding back after the president's threat to Iran that their whole civilization will die.
Attacks on civilian infrastructure is against international law, but that it is also a sign of the hatred, the division, the destruction the human being is capable of.
The president firing back in multiple media appearances this week.
I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. The Pope has to understand Iran, very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
And then going even further, posting an image on social media portraying himself as a Jesus-like figure. Even the president's most ardent supporters outraged, writing, "God shall not be mocked," and "there's no context where this is acceptable." Mr. Trump later taking the image down, offering this explanation.
And I thought it was me as a doctor and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support.
The Pope not backing down as he boarded the papal plane for Africa this week.
I have no fear. Neither the Trump administration are speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel. And that's what I believe. I am called to do what the church is called to do.
There's a long history of popes speaking out against war. In 1917, Benedict XV called the First World War a useless slaughter, while John XXIII spoke out against nuclear weapons, and John Paul II forcefully opposed the U.S. invasion of Iraq. President Trump and Pope Leo weren't always at odds.
To have the Pope from the United States of America, that's a great honor.
Meanwhile, Vice President J.D. Vance, who converted to Catholicism and met with the Pope in May, raised eyebrows this week with this comment.
In the same way that it's important for the Vice President of the United States to be careful when I talk about matters of public policy, I think it's very, very important for the Pope to be careful when he talks about matters of theology.
The Trump administration has repeatedly invoked Christian ideals as it justifies the war with Iran, casting it as a battle of good versus evil. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth calling on Americans to pray for victory and the safety of U.S. troops.
Please pray for them every day, on bended knee, with your family, in your schools, in your churches, in the name of Jesus Christ.
Pope Leo trying to turn down the temperature on Saturday, telling reporters his message of peace was written weeks ago.
It was looked at as if I was trying to debate again the president, which is not in my interest at all.
And Raph joins me now live. Raph, good morning. So Defense Secretary Hegseth was among those continuing to talk about the president in biblical terms this week. But both the Pope, as we just heard there, and later Vice President Vance have attempted to de-escalate a bit this weekend. So how is this all playing with Christians here in America?
So, Willie, as you know, Christians in general, but Catholics in particular, are a key voting bloc in the U.S. There are more than 50 million Catholics across the country, many of them in key battleground states like Pennsylvania. And polls do seem to suggest the president's support is slipping somewhat among them. He got 55% of the Catholic vote in 2024, but his approval rating among Catholics now is down to 49%. It's also worth saying that the Pope is just a less divisive figure in the U.S. than the president. You can see there, more than half of Americans have a negative view of Mr. Trump, compared to just 8% for Pope Leo. And Willie, we did hear the Pope trying to lower the temperature. Vice President Vance now responding in kind, saying yesterday he will be in our prayers, and I hope that we'll be in his.
So, yeah. We got this. We're just talking a little bit about what the clip is saying with the tensions rising between this particular Pope and Mr. Donald Trump. And the feud is viewed by many as a significant departure from the previous, more restrained diplomatic clashes between the president and the Vatican, and the public nature of insults, including Trump's social media posts and the Pope's subsequent defense of his moral mandate have polarized many, and the institutional reaction is the U.S. and a lot of the leadership, even in the Catholic Church, the Conference of Catholic Bishops and other prominent Catholic figures have rallied behind the Pope, especially United States citizens, and not just United States citizens, but citizens all over the world, including this one. as a minister, I can say that, I do believe in separation of church and state, but at the same time, I mean, the Pope is doing what he's supposed to do by his judicial responsibility to call for peace around the world. And, it has nothing to do with anything geopolitical tensions. And as a matter of fact, even with those geopolitical tensions, I mean, they shouldn't even exist. The Iranian war, this escalation, I don't even call it a war, shouldn't even exist. So the Pope is emphasizing his role, and I agree with that, as a moral authority rather than a partisan political actor. So let's keep him alive. Let's keep hope alive, I should say. Freudian slip. And let's keep hope alive, and let's keep emphasizing for the Pope to just continue doing what he's doing, undaunted by pressure. And what do you guys think? What's your opinion? Let's go to the VIPs, our executive team. So Taco, the Pope has a right to his opinion, whether you like it or not. The Pope does not need your approval. Right. Taco is an idiot. Hurry up and impeach his butt. President Trump should speak more diplomatically. Yeah, President Trump is saying that the Pope should stay out of international affairs. I'd say, why don't President Trump and J.D. Vance and some of the cronies and the luminaries stay out of? They gotta stay out of the. They gotta stay out of the international arena, because it just doesn't do them any good. And if you're just joining, the theme story is roughly is about the abdications and the removals of high-level officials, but we're also discussing, a lot of the controversy with Mr. Trump. And the last quote that I got from the VIP gallery was, "Hey, the man should speak more diplomatically." Well, guess what? VIPs and Beth, thank you for that, and Ramona and everyone else who was there. Hey, I think that President Trump needs to just stop, take a breath, and say, "Hey, I just need to look around and check the temperature of the room. The room is the United States of America, and say, doesn't seem to be on my side. Maybe I should switch my direction, change my agenda, maybe do things a little bit more diplomatically." Maybe that's too much like right? Oh, Taco is challenged right now, right? Right. Anyway, you guys, we are at our favorite segment of the day, and got this from a very interesting picture, and I'm gonna leave you in a little bit of a suspense. And let me tell you what this is all about, because you guys know I have to do that just to leave you in suspense. This segment is picture can tell 1,000 words, and if you guys want to email me, you can email me below. Look at the email address below, and I'm looking for pictures, funny things that happen to you. Maybe a bird ate your food, while you were out at the restaurant, and came down and snatched your plate away and drove it up into the sky while you were at the outdoor restaurant, stuff like that. I love that. And even if you got videos, I get a lot of pictures, but folks, feel free, just send in some videos. All right, I don't have a problem with that. But thank you for showing me support on this segment. A picture can tell 1,000 words, and send it to AmirShakurSpeaks@gmail.com. Thank you for posting that. And what are we looking at today? Well, wow, let's see what we got here. Oh my God, Fido, how dare you? How dare Fido? Oh my God, what does it say? Mildly infuriating pics. Mildly infuriating pics, huh? So this picture is when your dog thinks the couch is an oversized chew toy and doesn't know whether to, chew it or not chew it, but it looks like he went a little bit too far overnight while you were sleeping, and you don't know whether to laugh or cry, right? Okay, I got you. Well, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, this one is, I'd say, a Shakespearean tragedy. ain't got a very good or bad boy right there. He's being a bad boy in a cloud of expensive stuffing. Looks like what is it, a leather couch or something like that. And hey, I would have to just say, infuriating to say the least. And I probably would go from red to blue to black to red again, and the pure rage and absolute adoration. I don't know about the adoration about it, but simultaneously, you would see me go through every last level of human emotion when I got up and saw Fido doing this. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even talk about it. What do you guys think? Fido, yeah, bad doggy. It's gonna make you laugh, then cry, right. Let me tell you what I would do. I wouldn't even talk about it. Guess what would happen to Fido? You see Fido right there? Let's see what would happen to Fido. Fido, bye-bye. Bye, Fido. You've been too bad. You know what I'm saying? So I know that seems cruel to some people, but hey, Fido left me no choice. When you start tearing stuff up, Fido, hey, I see you. See you later. What do you guys think? Am I being mean? Anyway, thank you for sharing that picture. And I don't know what you did. Maybe buy Fido a face mug. You know what I'm saying? Someone else said, "Hey, taking away the toys you like, doggy." Okay, that's the nice way to think about it. But anyway, thank you for sharing that. Picture can tell 1,000 words, folks. If you guys have a picture that you want to share, a video, maybe the baby, did something spectacular, like did a backflip or something like that, and you want to share it with me, go ahead and send it to AmirShakurSpeaks@gmail.com. Oh boy. Hey, listen, y'all, that's my time. I've gone way, way over time. We had a full-fledged, we definitely had a full-fledged show today. We covered a lot of ground today, but I think the work is a lot more than, it's rough work, but we covered a lot of ground, and it's far from finished, I should say. That's what I was trying to say. And take these points, sit with them, and decide where you stand. Real change starts with informed action. So until next time, just keep questioning, keep listening, and keep speaking the truth. And I'm Amir Shakur, or Amir Shakur Speaks, or some people say King 7 Shakur. But anyway, we're going to see you same bad time, same bad channel tomorrow morning. Why do I say bad? I don't know. I'm so used to putting that together. Anyway, see you tomorrow morning, right? 8 o'clock on the dot. And thank you, VIPs. And what you say? I had a dog that chewed on my furniture, and he was not settled at all, or he was not manageable. And we brought him back. Hey, do you want that phone number? Do you want that phone number? Thanks for the morning news. Thank you so much, sweetie. Y'all are a blast and beautiful to be with. And, my co-commentators there. Anyway, that's my time, y'all. I'll see you in the morning. Peace.